The food capital of Malaysia and one of the best street food destinations in the world, as the very first British settlement in Southeast Asia. And you can feel that multicultural spirit pretty much right away as the Pearl of the Orient. The way you welcomed us, the way you shared your thoughts, all fell in love with the way these murals told stories. The 17th most beautiful street in the world.
What?
It looks like you. It would be a nice memory to keep. Yes, that's me. 4 major places of worship, each representing a different religion, essentially living side by side, not just tolerating each other. But it basically means if you don't know, you can't love. And I think that's a really powerful lesson that the whole world can learn from Malaysia.
No land, no tax. I start building tomorrow.
Often mastering a single dish through decades of repetition. So we are standing in a huge line. The key element here is really that smokiness. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone from New City.
Yes, here from Penang. We arrived in Georgetown 2 days ago. It was a very comfortable 2-hour ride from Ipoh, and we're very excited to be in this city. It has been on our list for such a long time, and yes, it was a must visit for us here in Malaysia. So I'll just show you the accommodation tour that we did on the day. Okay, so we have a big double bed over here, small bedside table. We also have a TV, not that we have the time to watch it. It's very small, isn't it? Once
Very
again.
small. No, it's clean.
It's
Yes,
clean.
it's more important.
Yeah, from so far.
Yes.
So we've got a little vanity area over here,
One window.
an air conditioner, yes, the window, of course. And the bathroom is just here. So we have tiny little sink over here, the shower, and the toilet. So yeah, very, very basic. So we'll be spending 8 nights here in Georgetown, and we're paying $25 per night. Now, I must tell you, the only thing that we don't like about this accommodation is that the walls are literally paper thin. You can hear everything next door, and unfortunately we're not very lucky with our neighbors, so we did not close an eye the whole night. We're so exhausted, but we're very excited to be here, so hopefully the city is going to energize us. So the very first thing that we noticed pretty much as soon as we arrived is just how hot it is over here. It's much hotter than all of the other cities that we've been to here in Malaysia. But you can see it's a nice busy morning, locals going about their day, and there's definitely a strong sense of old world charm in this city. You see the weathered shop houses, colorful tiles, all sorts of vintage signs, but also a modern artsy edge thanks to all the street art and the creative cafes that you find here. Definitely feels very laid back, but it's full of life. You can see even at this hour, it's about, what, 9 a.m.? And you can hear the scooters, the traffic. Yes, it's definitely busy, but it does feel relaxed at the same time. So Penang, and especially Georgetown, has a fascinating history as the very first British settlement in Southeast Asia. Back in 1786, Captain Francis Light founded Georgetown and declared it a free port, attracting traders and settlers from all over Asia and beyond. This made the city a vibrant melting pot with Chinese, Indian, Malay, and European communities living side by side. And today, approximately 1.7 million people call Penang home, with about 794,000 residing in Georgetown alone. And you can feel that multicultural spirit pretty much right away as soon as you get here. It's alive absolutely everywhere, in the food, in the architecture, and in the festivals. And because of its unique and so well-preserved heritage, Georgetown was actually designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2008. So just like in Malacca, recognized for its multicultural history and beautiful colonial streetscapes. And it's this incredible blend of history, culture, and community that earned Penang its nickname as the Pearl of the Orient. All right, guys, so it looks like we're not very lucky with the weather today. The rain has caught us, but we are getting a nice fresh breeze and a bit of cool air coming through, which is nice and refreshing.
I like the smell of rain.
Yeah, me too. I love rain. But not when we're filming though.
Yes.
I love to be inside and watch the rain.
That's fine. This one is good morning.
Yeah. You can see it gets even stronger, but hopefully it goes away.
This is the lucky day.
Can somebody explain to me why is it that every time we sit inside editing, it's all nice and sunny, and as soon as we get out, there's thunderstorms. So it's pouring. What's going on? We're not very lucky.
Because the rain love us.
If you've watched some of our previous vlogs, you'll know what I mean. I swear, every single time. So while we wait for the rain to stop, we just wanted to take the time to thank everyone who watched and commented on our Kuala Lumpur video. The vlog just went up 2 days ago, and I know we're filming in Penang, and it will be a while by the time you see this vlog, but thank you so much, guys. The way you welcomed us, the way you shared your thoughts and your recommendations, the way you encouraged us, it really, truly touched our hearts.
Thank you so much, guys. It means a lot.
Right, so the rain has finally stopped. We had to wait for about an hour, but we've come across this beautiful little street called Jalan Kek Chuan, and as you've probably noticed, it's so beautiful, very colorful, very vibrant. It's not actually all that popular, it's not touristy at all, and it actually sits just outside the old heritage zone. It's not a long street, it's very short, but the buildings here, the architecture is absolutely spectacular. You can see they're painted in these soft pastel shades, pinks, yellows, blues, greens, and just creates this cheerful, almost candy-colored atmosphere. It's just a feast for the eyes. And it turns out that it was actually named the 17th most beautiful street in the world by a New York magazine. So I don't know what to say about that. I mean, obviously, beauty is always subjective, but for me, it's really beautiful. And these old shop houses are very well preserved with classic features like the wooden shutters, ornate tile work, and decorative balconies that really reflect a blend of Chinese and colonial architectural styles. Yeah, it's pretty much like an open air gallery, and I think it perfectly fits the overall artistic vibe of the city. And inside, you've got all sorts of cafes, restaurants, beauty salons I've seen, and all sorts of little shops. So it's a really unique place. And if you're here in Georgetown, it's worth coming and having a look. The architecture is really the main attraction here. We have arrived at Georgetown's UNESCO World Heritage Zone, the historic core of the city. You've got these beautiful streets lined with centuries-old colonial buildings, Chinese shop houses, temples, mosques, churches, and it's one of the very few places in the world where you can still see this unique mix of architecture and culture pretty much living side by side. And this recognition is not just about preserving old buildings, but really celebrating the way different communities have lived together in harmony for over 2 centuries, shaping Penang's identity. Walking through the UNESCO zone really feels like stepping back in time. It's full of street art, local markets, and of course, delicious food stalls. And that's why Georgetown is truly a living heritage, not just a museum. Now this street right here is called Armenian Street, and it's quite famous for its beautiful art murals. Now it's called Armenian because there used to be an Armenian community that once lived here in the early 19th century. One of the things that Georgetown is most famous for today is its street art. And you can see these playful, very thought-provoking murals that are scattered all throughout the city. They've turned the old colonial walls into giant open-air canvases, so very similar to what we saw in Malacca and Ipoh. And what's amazing is that this wasn't always part of the city. It all started quite recently. Back in 2012, a Lithuanian artist named Ernest Zaharovich was invited to paint a series of murals as part of the Georgetown festival. Now, we've already had the opportunity to see some of his stunning work in Ipoh, but what started as just a few art pieces turned into a full-on cultural movement. Locals and visitors all fell in love with the way these murals told stories, and not just through paint, but by blending 2D images with 3D objects like real bicycles, chairs, and swings. Probably the most famous one is Kids on a Bicycle, so the one you see here. So you can see the two children joyfully riding a real bike that's bolted to the wall. And I've seen this image in all the souvenir shops, on all the bags, postcards with Georgetown. It's quite popular. Okay, so Mihai was jealous of everyone posing with the little boy. So you wanted to do the same
Now I'm
thing.
happy.
You're happy now?
Yes.
Good. I just love these cute little streets. That's 100% my thing. I love it. It's so beautiful, so historic, and it just gives you a nice positive feeling, when you walk through these beautiful streets. It makes you feel good.
This is my favorite one.
I know why.
Why?
It looks like you. That's
Yes.
you. Yes, I can see the resemblance. Now we have to find one that looks like me.
Yes. You happy now?
Yes, I couldn't resist the temptation. I had to have one too, so I'm getting this one. It's absolutely beautiful. Just have a look at the detail. And of course, you've got the classic image, the children on a bicycle. So it would be a nice memory to keep.
Look here. I found a picture of
Where?
you.
Oh,
Come here. Happy.
yes, that's me. With the durian now, given that I'm craving it all the time. And we've come to a street called Harmony Street, and I think it's such a perfect name. Along just one short stretch of road, you'll find four major places of worship, each representing a different religion. So they've all been peacefully coexisting for over 200 years, believe it or not. And it's definitely one of the most powerful symbols of Georgetown's multicultural identity. I would even say Malaysia's multicultural identity. We kept seeing this all throughout Malaysia and especially in Kuala Lumpur, but I think here in Georgetown it's even more prominent. So this beautiful mosque right here is the Captain Killing Mosque. It was built in the early 1800s by Indian Muslim traders. Now we did just go inside and it was absolutely beautiful, but unfortunately we couldn't film. They only allowed us to take a few pictures. So I'll leave some pictures for you on the screen, but yes, they provided a free tour for us and it was quite interesting. They explained the daily prayers, about the Quran. So yes, it's a beautiful mosque, and if you come here in Georgetown, undoubtedly you will come across it. And literally just a few meters down the road, we come across a colorful Hindu temple known for its beautifully sculpted tower full of deities. And it's also the oldest Hindu temple in Penang. Then we have the Goddess of Mercy Temple, a Taoist Chinese temple dedicated to Guan Yin, the Buddhist goddess of compassion. And it was built in the early 1700s. And right at the end of the street, we come across St. George's Church, the oldest Anglican church in Southeast Asia, completed in 1818. And you can see it's got this beautiful white colonial architecture. Now, all of these are located within walking distance of each other, sometimes just meters apart. And what's really special is how these communities have coexisted peacefully here for centuries. Locals come to pray, light incense, or just pause in the shade. It's a real reminder of what Georgetown and Malaysia is all about, different cultures, faiths, and histories, essentially living side by side, not just tolerating each other, but blending together in everyday life. You know, ever since we've come to Malaysia, we've constantly had that feeling as if we're visiting multiple countries all at once. One moment you're standing next to a Hindu temple, and then the next you hear a call to prayer from a mosque, or you walk by some Chinese lanterns. It's just been so fascinating. And one of our viewers recently left a comment on one of our videos, and he shared a beautiful Malay saying. I'll leave the saying on the screen. I won't attempt to pronounce it, I'll probably get it wrong. But it basically means, if you don't know, you can't love. And I think this place really shows that you can't build harmony on similarity. You build it on curiosity, you build it on respect, and on the willingness to really know each other. And I think that's a really powerful lesson that the whole world can learn from Malaysia. And it's definitely something that we'll carry with us long after we leave. So as you can probably tell, it's already getting dark. Took us a while to walk around the city, around the mosque, the temples, but we've just come to the clan jetties, or one of the jetties, I should say. This one here is called the Ten Jetty. It's basically a row of traditional wooden steel houses built over the water, and they just sit off the coast of the old town. Now, it is important to know these aren't tourist attractions, these are real homes that people live in. And the jetties actually date back all the way to the late 19th century, when the Chinese immigrants from different clans settled along the waterfront. And each jetty was associated with a different clan or surname, like the Chu jetty, Lim jetty, Ten jetty, the one we're standing on, and so on. And what's interesting is that families built their homes on stilts over the water to avoid land taxes under British colonial rule. Now you can see the tide is quite low at this hour.
It smells.
Yeah, there's a strong smell in here. There's quite a few people fishing as well. And I can even see a beautiful Chinese temple just over there on one of the other jetties. And what makes this one different is that it's not actually red in color, it's yellow and green.
All right, you said no land, no tax. I start building tomorrow. No, tomorrow, today. Tonight.
Yes, we're moving right in. Right, so as you may probably guess, we got quite hungry by now. Now, the food scene here in Penang is absolutely legendary, often hailed as the food capital of Malaysia and one of the best street food destinations in the world. And we've come to one of the more popular night markets here. It's called the New Lane Street Food Stalls. And as you can see, everyone's lining up here for dishes that haven't changed in decades. So you see the hawkers preparing here delicious food right on the spot. And what makes them really special is that they are the heart of the island's cultural identity, preserving generations-old recipes, serving high-quality food at affordable prices, and often mastering a single dish through decades of repetition. All right, so we are standing in a huge line. You can see it goes all the way to down there. And we're all waiting for the same thing, the char kway teow, one of the most popular dishes here in Penang. Now, I have no idea how long we're gonna stand here. Yeah, by the looks of it, we're not gonna get it anytime soon, but given that it's so long, that's a good sign. It tells me that it is good and it is worth the wait. Right, guys, so after 1 hour, we finally managed to sit down. We got our order, and yeah, these are basically some stir-fried flat rice noodles, and they're made with prawns, with chives, with some sprouts I can see in here, bean sprouts, and soy sauce. So yeah, let's give them a try, see if it was worth the wait. A bit hot. I should have waited a bit, but wow, they're absolutely delicious. It was worth the wait. Yeah, you can feel it's nice and fresh, crisp, not overcooked. Yeah, everything here is cooked to perfection. That's all I can say. It's just perfection. And the key element here is really that smokiness and the char that you only get from a blazing hot wok, and the skillful technique of the hawker. And yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting here. That's what makes it really special and unique, especially here in Penang. And yeah, what can I say? If you come here, it's a must-try dish.
You
Smells
can,
nice, yeah?
you can smell the charcoal. Yes. Very nice. It's one of the best food.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now I understand why it's so huge, the line.
yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so huge,
Yeah.
but yes, it's cooked to
Yeah,
perfection.
everything is perfect.
And I forgot to mention, there's also sausage in there. And once again, you get that real smoky aroma. And yeah, the ingredients are just so well combined, you know? Very well combined. So how many stars, Mihai?
5.
Yeah, clear,
Yes.
a clear 5.
5.
Yeah, they're really good. So time to end the night with a nice dessert. So this is ice kacang, another very popular dessert here in Malaysia. And yeah, it's basically this mountain of shaved ice, although I can see some ice cream as well. I believe it has sweetened condensed milk. But yeah, I can see all sorts of toppings here, from sweet corn, red beans, some peanuts, lychee, I believe it is. And I don't know what this is exactly, but it could be chendol, the green rice flour jellies that we had previously when we tried chendol in Malacca. So yeah, let's see. It's good. It's very good. Very sweet. I can't really describe the taste to you. The taste is all over the place. It's got all these flavors, but somehow they all work. I don't know how, but it just works. Yeah, very interesting. It's hard to say what exactly you're eating, but it's sweet and it's good, right?
It's sweet, and you can taste the corn. And I don't know, it's
It's got a bit of everything,
Yeah,
right? A bit of everything in there.
No, it's work.
It works. I don't know how, but it works. It does work. Right, guys, so we are both so full.
Yeah, I'm so full now. I'm ready for sleep.
Yeah, me too. It's been a long day, but those two main meals, one fresh coconut and one dessert, ended up costing us 36 ringgit. So, yes, very affordable, incredibly delicious.
Very nice food.
Probably, yeah, one of the best we've had here in Malaysia. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I like the
it was
charcoal.
worth the wait, wasn't it? Yeah, the charcoal, unbeatable, unbeatable. It's a must try if you come here. But yes, it's time to end this vlog right here. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next one.
See ya.
Bye!